It's been called Beijing Plus 20, 20 years after the landmark Women's Conference in Beijing. The Planet 50-50 by 2030 initiative is aiming for full equality between men and women in 15 years. Speaking at the meeting, President Xi put forward a 4-point proposal on promoting gender equality and all-round development for women worldwide. He pointed out the need for more well-rounded development strategies, calling for updated policies to stimulate women's potential, raise their participation, and ensure their equal share in social and economic development. Xi also said countries should better protect women's rights and interests, and they must be protected by laws and regulations and integrated into national and social rules and norms. The president proposed to make joint efforts to build harmonious and inclusive societies with less discrimination and prejudice against women. Xi called for fostering a global environment favorable for women's development.
To support women's development worldwide and the work of the UN Women, China will donate $10 million to the UN Women for the implementation of the Beijing Declaration and its platform for action and the realization of the related goals of the post-2015 development agenda. In the coming 5 years, China will help other developing countries build 100 health projects for women and children, send teams of experts to provide services, and implement 100 Happy Campus projects to finance the schooling of poor girls and raise girls' school enrollment rates. We'll also host 30,000 women from developing countries for training programs in China and provide 100,000 skills training opportunities in local communities of other developing countries. Under the related fund co-sponsored by China and the UN, there will be special capacity building programs for women from developing countries.
The president called on women's organizations all over the world to strengthen their relationships, urging developed nations to scale up financial and technological assistance and narrow the development gap among women in different countries. Countries, rich or poor, all made pledges. German Chancellor Angela Merkel, one of the world's most powerful women, committed to more prominent role for women in her country, while Liberia's president, Africa's first female head of state, pledged to pass a new law against domestic violence. The UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon urged the world leaders to use their position of power to push for change.
We need a 50-50 planet by 2030. Let's step it up for gender equality. As heads of state and government, you have the power and responsibility to ensure that gender equality is and remains a national priority.
Around 100 representatives, including 80 heads of state and government, attended the global leaders' meeting, where they exchanged views on the issue of women's development worldwide, reaffirming that gender equality is a precondition for social development. 王同轩 ，CCTV。